Shalom, beloved, and hopefully everyone is doing wonderful today. I've not done a video like this in a while, so I want to do this lesson, and it's because of the last video I done, when I was saying that the Bible is a trust. For those that may not get this concept, hopefully with this message or this lesson, using the Bible, right, and also using the Black's Law Dictionary, right, I will get some definitions and get some scriptures and actually put things together where you can really see, again, where these principles come from, and actually who you'll begin to understand why the system is hiding this from a certain group of people, right? Namely the original or the descendants, the true descendants of the children of Israel. Because again, like I've always said before, it's convenient for people to say, well, it doesn't matter when you have not only lied and manipulated, but you have destroyed a certain group of people, and now it doesn't matter. Let me keep the things that I've stolen. Let me keep the identity hid. Let me keep the wealth that I gained from said deception. Very telling. So before I get into this, let me start off by giving all glory and honor to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and to His Son, the heir of the throne, Yeshua HaMashiach, and also I'd like to send out a greeting to the brothers and sisters that's trying to teach the children of the diaspora, and also to the Gentiles that are gathered with us in sincerity. To you guys I say shalom. So, the Most High, right? The Most High, we have the grantor, the trustee, and the beneficiary, right? The Most High is the grantor. The priest, right? The priest are the trustees, and the children of Israel are the beneficiaries. And right off top, most people that have common sense already see this already. It just totally makes sense. But when you give people religion, and it's for everybody, but what was that mindset, when the people was using the same book and knowing this knowledge and knowing this information? Where was that spirit then when they was destroying and conquering the same group of people? Again, this is very telling. It's very telling. So, let me do this here. Okay, let me see if I can find something right fast. Give me a second, family. Give me 1 second. Okay, grantor, right? Grantor. The person by whom a grant is made. The transfer of property. The creator, right, of a trust is usually designated as the grantor of the trust. The Most High created a trust. He's the one that gave the children of Israel the law, right? The rules, the regulations, right? And they agreed to it. Now we're not going to go over a lot of scriptures. I just really want to get to the gist of it, because I'm pretty sure there's scriptures we can go over all day to really just edify this, but for the simple, they're going to argue and debate no matter what. But again, we're just going to let the book say what the book says. And those that are sincerely, that are sincere, they will see it. And those that are not, they're gonna, wiggle around and dance around and, come up with all kind of foolishness and, doctrines to just dismiss it. Okay. But anyway, let's go to Jeremiah. Let's go to the book of Jeremiah, chapter 31. Jeremiah 31. And I'm going to get verse I'm going to get verse 31, right? And it says, behold, the days come, says Yahweh, that I will make a new covenant, right? A covenant. Let's do this. Before I go too far, let's get the word covenant. Let's get the word covenant, covenant. Covenant, 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 right? Covenant. Covenant, an agreement, convention, or promise of two or more parties by deed in writing, signed and delivered, by which either of the parties pledge themselves to do to the other that something is either done or shall be done or shall not be done, or stipulates for a trust of a certain fact. Okay, so it's agreement between two or more parties, two or more people. This is a covenant between the Most High and His people. So let's go back. Okay, covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, not according to the covenant that I made with them, with their fathers, in the days that I took them by the hand and brought them to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they broke. Although I was a husbandman unto them, right? Says Yahweh, which I went over. I made the comment in one of the videos about the Most High as a husbandman. But anyway, I'm just using these. I mean, when we go get the definitions, it's self-explanatory. It's not even debatable. Those that want to argue and debate, that's just where they're at. They're not really seeking truth. So the Most High is the grantor, right? He created the trust. He created a covenant, right? He made this covenant with the children of Israel. Even though they broke that agreement, the Most High doesn't break His promise. He doesn't break His word. And that's always something that troubles people, because they will always say, well, the children of Israel broke the agreement. They did. But the Most High foreknew this. He knew they were going to break it. But He gave all the other nations a chance as well, and He knew they were not going to be honest. Just like these people hide the identity. It shows even today. If the truth was that they broke it and the Most High just would move on, then why would these people have to hide all this information? Anyway, so the trustee, right? The trustee. Let's do this. Let's go to the so-called New Testament. Let's go to the so-called New Testament. And we're going to go to what I want. I want to go to First Timothy. Let's go to 1 Timothy chapter 2. And let's get verse 5. And if a man who also, hold on, I'm in the wrong book. Forgive me. I say 1 Timothy, that was at 2 Timothy. So the 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 5. For there is one Elohim, right? And one mediator between Elohim and man. The man, Yeshua HaMashiach, okay? Who gave Himself as a ransom for all to the testimony in due time. Now, a lot of people, they don't realize that to all. That's true. For some of my people that don't really even get this. Just like Yeshua HaMashiach is the mediator for Israel, or for all, right? The children of Israel will be mediators for all mankind. Yeshua came to redeem Israel back to the Most High, and the children of Israel is supposed to redeem all mankind back to the Most High. People don't want to seem to get that. The book cannot contradict itself. So there's a there's an order that has to continue. The Most High is not going to break his vow. He's not going to break his covenant, his oath. In fact, let me do this. I'm going, this was not a scripture I was going to use, but it just came into my mind. Let's go to the book of Exodus. Let's go to the book of Exodus, and maybe this will help give clarity. Let's go to the book of Exodus, chapter 19. Chapter 19. Now, let's start off at verse 5. Now, therefore, if ye will obey my voice indeed and keep my covenant, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people, right? For all the earth is mine, and ye shall be unto me, a kingdom of priests and an holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel. Because the Most High, he has to fulfill everything that's in the Old Testament have to be fulfilled. This is why when people say, well, the New Testament is in full effect, it's not. We're still in what they call the Old Testament. You know, that's why people like to get rid of the so-called law, because it really gives them, it don't hold them accountable. And that's why it's always people trying to divide the book. It's really one book. Hamashiach, who you call Jesus Christ, had to come to actually usher in the fulfillment of the rest of the so-called Old Testament. Again, like I said before, redeeming the children of Israel first, and then the children of Israel redeeming all mankind second. But people don't want to. Again, it's because people say, well, as long as there was a certain group of people that, again, that the world wanted to usher in and make them the people, nobody had a problem with that. But now that the truth is really coming out, largely, most of the society don't want to accept that. That's just the truth of the matter. People have a problem with that. They say, well, I have a problem with skin color, I have a problem with that. But then when you start pointing out who the real people are and their identity and all this other stuff, it's a problem. But these people started the colorism and all this other foolishness. They had no problem then. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. You know, for those that really get it, you understand what I'm getting at. But anyway, so, and where did Yeshua come from? Yeshua, again, you know, he's from the southern kingdom, right? Judah, but also he's a high priest. He's the mediator. That's what the priests were. The priests were the mediators between the Most High and the people. That's what a trustee does. A trustee is a mediator between the grantor and the beneficiary. Again, I hope people are seeing this concept, this principle. It's not so hard to see. Anyway, let's move forward. So let's get. I did the grantor, so let's go to. Let's get. I'm looking for trustee, right? Yeah, let's get trustee. Person holding trust. Person holding property in trust. The person appointed, right? Priests were appointed or required by law to execute a trust. One in whom an estate, interest, or power is vested under express or implied agreement to administer or exercise it for the benefit or to the use of another, called the settlor trust. Which is that right there there's a lot of people that are doing videos on the settlor trust and all that stuff like that, and show you how these people, they did the same thing. They created the settlor trust and also turned around and made themselves a beneficiary by, you know, basically enslaving the people. And I mean, it's when you start digging into it, you'll really see that. I don't want to digress. Maybe I'll do a video on that another day. But again, showing you where these people get the principles from. You know, and who wants to emulate or who wants to imitate the Most High? who's trying to replace the children of the Most High? Again, people can argue and debate, but when they read the book and they see these things, it's very telling. The book is accurate on who is really the adversary, right? But people don't want to hear that because, again, it just makes them uncomfortable. But this is the madness that said system and said people created. It's going to come back. The Most High word will not return void. Anyway, let's move forward. Okay, beneficiaries, right? We're dealing with beneficiaries. Let's do this here. Let's go to the book of Ezekiel, right? Book of Ezekiel, chapter 11, right? And we're going to start off at verse 17. Therefore say, thus says Yahweh Elohim, I will even gather you from the people and assemble you out of the countries where ye have been scattered. Now, who've been scattered? And I will give you the land of Israel, and they shall come thither, and they shall take away all the detestable things thereof, and all the abomination thereof from thence. And I will give them one heart, and I will put a new spirit within you, and you will take the stony heart out of their flesh, and will give them then give them a heart of flesh. I done a video, I think a while back on that, again, showing you the principles, the stony heart being removed and given a heart of flesh. These concepts, these principles, the Most High is redundant. Again, it's just amazing how people, again, this is why they created religion, because they really want to hide this, right? But anyway, let's go to beneficiary, right? Beneficiary. Okay. Beneficiary is the person in whom favors or promissory. Okay, now I won't do that one. Let's do this one. Let's go to this one here. Let's go to this one here. One who benefits from an act of another. Okay, I didn't want to do the one with the promissory note, but let's go to beneficial, right? Tending to the benefit of a person, yielding a profit, vantage or benefit, enjoying or entitled to the benefit or profit. This term is applied both to a state as a beneficial interest or to the persons as the beneficiary owner. Again, that's why I keep saying this book is also a court case. Most people not even getting it. There's a court case going on in heaven. There's a court case going on in heaven. And these people don't realize everything that's in heaven is, and everything that they're doing out here is, they got the mirror image of 12 tribes, right? 12 jurors, Most High sitting on the throne, the judge, they're sitting on the throne, in court, right? A jury of your peers, right? The adversary, the accuser, the lawyer, the attorney, the defending attorney. I mean, these people get this out of the Bible. But anyway, I just want to do a quick lesson on this again and show you where I get the concept from for those that may be interested. The Bible is a trust. The trustees or the priests, which again happen to be the children of Israel. Again, this is why these people appointed themselves as priests, because they really know this. That's why they hide this information. But again, it's being jotted down in heaven. And like I say, and also the children of Israel, also the beneficiaries, right? The priests who are descendants of said tribes or said people would be the beneficiaries. That's, again, it only makes sense for those that really want to, again, receive it. Hopefully those that are interested in this, getting this concept, you would do your own studies to show that self-approval. I'm just helping lay down a foundation, because the Most High, again, He repeats these principles over and over, whether it's through the law, through the prophecies, through the culture, through the custom, right? And we can see this. We can see this once we remove religion out of the way. Man-made doctrine out of the way. We can see the Most High is consistent. But anyway, family, with that being said, as usual, peace, love, shalom.